Dobry.
It's you. That's fine work. Thanks to you, it looks like we have what we need to revitalize the shogunate. I sent the best of the men you gathered to the military academy, by the way. You should take a look yourselves.
Okej.
Join their training while you're at it. Believe me, there are recruits there who could glare a foreigner into submission.
Ah, that sounds interesting. I might go and take a peek right now. See you there, okay?
Man of action, isn't he? Now, there's one more favor I'd like to ask of you. Enomoto says we don't have the funds to buy ourselves guns or artillery. When I mentioned this to Mr. Brunet, he suggested we try selling Japanese crafts at the International Exposition in Paris. Viscount Shibusawa, our money man, will know exactly what to do. Will you take this letter and offer him any help he might require? You'll find him at the South Commissioner's office. That's all for now. But don't think I won't ask you for more favors if you come back. Feel free to drop by the military academy first, though. You won't want to miss what's going on there.
Nie, my jesteśmy papuszki, nie rozłączki. Ten to ma tyle znajomości. No i co tu się wyprawia? O, patrząc w przyszłość, udaj się do akademii. To już jest 20 w ogóle 7. O, i tu jest majster. Tu jest majster, fajny. 25, czyli zrobimy sobie teraz te 3. Tak, do Akademii Wojskowej. Tak, to wiecie co? Ja bym tego dziabnął. Zobaczymy, co to za kolo. O, proszę, proszę. Chyba będziemy trenować.
Good day to you.
Dobry? Szukam wicehrabiego.
Why, you're looking at him.
A słyszałeś o wystawie?
Is that so? Let me take a look. I see. I've always said exhibitions are a great way to drum up military support, in addition to serving as an opportunity to sell Japanese products to the West. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Eiichi Shibusawa. I am in charge of the government treasury. I have some ideas for items that might garner attention abroad. Perhaps you could assist me? For instance, in procuring ukiyo-e paintings, lacquerware, or even Satsuma pottery. Now, if only we had the contact who could help us.
Kontakty, ceramika. Mam to i to.
Oh, do you have a lead, perchance?
Księżniczka. Albo ten Okubo. A będziemy ją fatygować? Nie, lepiej tego.
Do you happen to know that gentleman? Excellent. These should be smooth sailing. Can I ask you to take care of the Satsuma pottery in that case? I'll send word to the Satsuma myself later.
No nie ma problemu.
When you have made some progress, do let me know. Meanwhile, I shall endeavor to gather the other goods.
Ja ci powiem, nie będzie problemu, zrobimy po prostu jatkę, tak jak zwykle. Dobra, teraz tak, gdzie nas wysyła chłop? Tu nas wysyła chłop. To się skończy jatką, mówię wam. Jak każde pokojowe zadanie. Tylko musimy użyć miecza, który okalecza albo nie okalecza. Tak jak Wiedźmin. Dobra, idę na miejsce. Do rezydencji. Witam wielmożnych guardianów.
Who are you?
Jestem Wiedźminem, mam glejt. O nie, dla shogunatu?
Well, in that case, you may pass.
Let Okubo know what your business is. He's by the no stage inside the house. Just make sure you're on your best behavior. So, are you ready?
No chłopie, co ty mnie tak maglujesz?
Good. In you go.
No ma opaskę, nie? Opaskę uciskową ma na głowie. To pewnie dlatego.
Why go to the trouble of dismantling it?
We must keep the peace within the clan. I fear that we have little choice.
You. Why are you here?
Przyszedłem po ceramikę.
That's fine. But fast things fast. I am under strict orders to inform a certain someone should you ever appear. I'm just going to get someone. In the meantime, perhaps you could show us your fighting prowess? We are almost eager to see more.
That is a lot to ask of a guest.
Come. Surely you are as intrigued as anyone. Show them what the Satsuma clan are capable of.
Ale ładna sceneria, nie? Tam takie drewniane belki pomalowane. Nie zapominaj, że pokonanie niebieskiego demona to moja zasługa. Dawaj, stawaj.
Then allow us to test your mettle.
Ej, tamten sobie uciekł, nie? A może by pomagał? Może by pomagał, kto wie? Podpolę cię! Oj! Oszukujesz? Mówiłem, że się skończy rzezią, nie? A tu się zaczęło rzezią. Hej! Ładny atak. Frontalny. Dobra, muszę Kurde, jak podbiegł. Nie wiecie co? Dobra, elegancko. Ja tu próbuję oczywiście zmienić broń, ale to nie jest takie łatwe. Nie jest takie łatwe w tej grze zmiana broni. No, fajny ma ten atak, nie? Kurde, tu go ciężko wyczuć. Dobra, to weszło. Ale potrafi takie jakieś kontry ciekawe.
What is this strength?
No, dobry, dobry. Ach, nie wstrzeliłem się. On już ma naprawdę bardzo mało ki. Tak. Let's go. A ciekawe, jakbym go nie zastraszył, czy ten drugi by pomagał. O. Proszę, proszę.
Incredible. I thank you for sparring with me.
Both of you were most impressive. I owe you for your part in my encounter with the blue demon. I thank you. But might I ask from whence you hail?
Rivia, Rivia.
I see.
Forgive my boldness, but anyone capable of defeating the blue demon should definitely be in the employ of the Satsuma.
A, nie mogę. Nie mogę dołączyć.
Very well. We will not pressure you. After all, a stray rather loses its charm if it's put on a leash. At the very least, you can aid us with this pottery. I received a letter explaining everything. you see? I shall arrange to have it sent to Shibusawa, or whomever it was.
Come for pleasure next time, not business. We'll have a drink or two. Okubo included, of course.
Count on it.
Tamten wygląda jak taki Vegeta, nie? Taki włos jak z Dragon Ballu. O, jesteśmy kumplami, ten Kuroda. Kuroda-san. Kuroda, niezła uroda. Dobra, panie. Wyrzucili mnie za bramy. Ale elegancki dzbanek jest. Adepcik. No to proszę państwa, chyba tutaj od razu sobie zrobimy tą misję właśnie z księżniczką. Z księżniczką Mario Brosa. No tu muszę jeszcze te więzi pogłębić. O, ten jest majster, no ale tutaj mamy obok misję. Ja bym sobie tą dziabnął. A, dojo. Tu jest od razu dojo? Ale szybkiej podróży nie ma, nie? Dobra, to idę do dojo. O ile mnie wpuszczą. Pani?
Over here.
O, fajny kot. Podobny do naszego.
Oh, it's you. I understand you work for Katsu now. That being the case, there's a duty I would have you perform.
Co to za sprawa? Skąd wiedziałaś?
As a servant of the shogunate, Katsu is my subordinate. As his subordinate, that makes you my subordinate by extension. The duty in question is the protection of the shogunate vassals. Following the purge, resentment towards the shogunate has continued to grow. And of late, I've been feeling uneasy. Without definite proof of a threat, however, I can't set people to work. Thus, I would turn to you for help. If you have any other questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
Najlepsze, że my po dwóch stronach barykady działamy, potem kogoś zdradzimy, nie? Masakra.
I wish I did, but I can't say anything for certain. I'd be happy if it turns out it was all in my mind. So, will you do it? Will you protect our retainers?
No to niezłe konszachty, hierarchia, my jesteśmy jeszcze pod Katsu, no to niedobrze.
Wonderful. I can see why Katsu places his trust in you. If something were to happen, it would be after everyone has left the castle. You may stand by in the area till then.
Dobrze, będę bacznie obserwował jako Ronin. Pani!
It appears I was right to feel uneasy. Katsu's escort has not returned.
Kto go eskortował?
Deishu Takahashi. He's a warrior of great skill, and I like to think there's no need to worry. Still, we can't afford to lose Katsu. Not now, of all times. I will come with you.
Nie może pani ryzykować. I poczeka tutaj i ją zabiją, nie? Księżniczkę Sato, no właśnie.
As much as it pains me to do so, I must ask her to hold the fort. It be just a little while. I have made my decision. Let's be on our way.
To niebezpieczne. Nie pozwalam. Kurde, ale rumak.
I'm afraid you'll have to give me a lift. Let's go.
Aha, no to pomogłem. Pani księżniczko. Galopem.
Katsu was assaulted at the fireworks display on the Sumida River. He ought to have been more careful.
Ciekawe przez kogo.
You know? We must protect such people at all costs.
Czy ona jeszcze będzie mnie chronić? Jak obalę szogunat. Będzie miło. Oj, będzie miło. Ale fajnie, że tu są jakieś wybory przynajmniej.
I figured there'd be bandits along the way.
Okej, dobrze, dobrze. Tu są jacyś pomocnicy? Nie. Wszyscy na wszystkich. Oj! Dobra, jeden chociaż jest nasz, nie? Nie denerwować tutaj szogunatu. Bo psem poszczuję. Pani. Nom się nie przejmuj. Idź giń. Za ojczyznę. Dobra, nie mamy sojuszników. Kaishu Katsu. O! Jak miło. Kurde, ten jakiś wysoki, nie? Ale widzieliśmy już tego, no tak. Lekkomyślny samuraj. O, ależ go. On ma fajerwerki, fajnie. Pięknie. Do tego dało się wyczuć. To byliśmy tam raz na bitce takiej z jednym z naszych, nie? To było chyba z tym wariatem takim, który podpala wszystko. Z Genzui. Ach, teraz mi wyczuł. Dziadyga. Przeładował. Będzie bolało. O, nie wierzę. Idealnie ten sobie jadł koperek.
I feared the worst for a moment there. Sorry for the hassle. You're from Satsuma, aren't you?
What if I am?
Well, well, this is quite the predicament. If she were to find out about this...
It seems the situation is under control. I'm glad both you and Takahashi are safe. As for the villain... What? Nakamura?
Princess, what are you doing here?
I should ask you that. With Lord E's death, Satsuma should have made peace with the shogunate. Yet, here you are making trouble.
With all due respect, I think that's a mistake. The shogunate should not have opened up Japan. It isn't fit to rule. Mr. Saigo would surely say the same.
Imbecile! The Saigo I knew would never think of doing something so foolish as attacking Katsu! I won't listen to any more of this nonsense. You'll be dealt with later. Now be gone from my sight!
Uspokój się, pani. Chyba się znacie. Dobry, ten jest dobry.
Forgive me. It's just... I wasn't expecting to see a familiar face. Of late, I had been feeling that something was amiss at the residence. In hindsight, that must have been the source of my unease. The blame for this incident lies with the Satsuma. We've caused a great deal of trouble, and for that, I apologize.
Oni tu niezłą komedię robią. Każdy z każdym. Cieszę się ze wspólnej jazdy.
Katsu is the rarest of men. One who possesses both ambition and talent. It wouldn't do to have him leave us in such a manner.
Please, you'll make me blush. So, as to what happens next. It'd cause complications with the Satsuma if we punished Nakamura. I believe it'd be best to simply pretend none of this happened.
As you say. My thanks, Katsu. I must thank you as well. Your service will not go unrewarded.
Nie trzeba. Jazda konna już była. Kaishu Katsu. Dobra, księżniczka jest zadowolona, mamy karmę. Ale powiem wam, że takie jaja sobie robią. O, ktoś czeka. Pani czeka. Może żeby porozmawiać, ale tych więzi tutaj jest sporo, nie? Jeszcze przed fabułą możemy sobie zrobić. No czyli tak. Ten jest. Fajne wdzianko w ogóle możemy dostać. Fajne i książeczkę. Spróbuję tutaj jeszcze zagadać później, ale idziemy do tego majstra. Tak. Teraz ten majster.
Sorry for all the trouble. It would have been a nightmare carrying all this on my own. There's been an influx of injured people lately, on top of all our sick. It feels like we're constantly in need of... Huh? Hello, you. Wait just 1 second. I'll bring you a little snack. What now? Are you asking for more? Do you want to be petted? Here.
Aha. Dobra, byłem jeszcze tutaj właśnie te więzi ogarnąć, ale jest taka interakcja. O.
Well, yes. They're very cute. I have to admit, I love little animals. They're just so tiny and adorable. Nothing unusual about that, is there? Actually, never mind. You don't have to answer that. I suppose I don't have to keep trying to act professional in front of you anymore. Maybe I can be a little bit more myself. Let's give that a try. What do you say?
Kurde, ten tu zaraz w romans wejdzie z tą lekarką. Dobra, fajnie. Ale jeszcze zobaczę, czy mam jakieś przedmioty.
What about?
To może bym questika ogarnął. O, mam. Przyjaciele. Cisowe koboku. O, kadzidła lub rośliny, super. A tu mamy co? Zachodnie nauki. To też fajne. To właśnie sobie kupiłem. Specjalnie dla niej.
This is really lovely.
Okej. O te względy to będzie hardcore.
Traditional medicine has helped many people over the years, but we mustn't deny that there are many diseases we will need Western medicine to cure. I'm not saying Western medicine is perfect, of course. Each school of medicine has its own strengths and weaknesses. But that's precisely why we need the East and West to come together. If we could share our knowledge, imagine how many more lives we could save.
No dobra. Czyli tutaj za jakiś czas jeszcze wrócę i może będzie ten 3. level. No spoko, jest git. Duch samuraja, umysł kupca. Witam gołodupca.
Ah, you came. Thanks to your efforts, I've received a fine piece of Satsuma pottery. It should fetch a high price overseas. At any rate, I was hoping to exhibit an ukiyo-e print and its woodblock at the upcoming international exhibition. As it happens, I found a collector who owns a masterpiece of the genre. After some negotiating, he agreed to lend it to me, if I did a certain job for him. Can I count on your help? The collector is a very wealthy man, so I'm sure we'll be duly rewarded.
Pewnie go znam, co?
That's the spirit. Besides, the collector is presently right here in Edo. Let me take you to him.
To będzie kolega kolegi. Fajną ma flintę ten ziom. Tak.
Can be cheaply manufactured. You just need the original wood block. That's why it's popular among the masses.
Klocek? Drzeworytniczy? Coś tam jest do góry. Kurde, ale ładnie tu mają.
Is by a famous artist named Hokusai Katsushika. The owner is a great admirer of his works.
O, proszę. Wiadomo.
I wondered who it might be, but I wasn't expecting you. So, you're not entirely an enemy of the state, I see. Before you ask, I haven't seen your samurai friend. I don't know anything more, so let's not waste our time.
Sprytnie, sprytnie. Już się widzieliśmy. Ponoć oferujesz nagrodę.
Don't tell me you're out for my head again. That isn't funny, you know.
Oh, you know each other? Excellent. Then let us get straight to business. We will take on that job you mentioned if you'll kindly lend me the woodblock.
Ah, yes. It is my hope that it makes waves at the International Exposition. Unfortunately, there's talk that someone is trying to steal it. I will not stand idly by and wait for these ruthless scoundrels to take my property. And that's where you come in.
To root out some thieves? I agree. We mustn't leave such men to their own devices. In fact, I'd be more than happy to oblige.
Z takimi typami? Hokusai. Kyosai.
Oh, a connoisseur, are you? Then I shall rest assured you're the right one for the assignment.
In any case, the first thing we need to do is lure the rats into the open, then nab them. Naturally, we mustn't let any harm come to the Consul General. Therefore, as soon as the thieves show up, we should whisk Mr. Harris to safety. Well then, let us get ourselves ready.
Czyli dojdzie do jatki? Niemożliwe.
That's a Hokusai for you. Even the wood block is magnificent.
Ale patrzcie, ten Hokusai, on dobrze powiedział, nie?
With this, my acclaim shall flourish. You've done exceptionally. Please, leave the rest to me.
Ktoś to chce przechwycić. No ja już czekam, a ty? Skaczesz jak jakiś wariat. O! Ej!
They're here! The thieves!
Tips! I tu wkraczam ja. I tu wkraczam ja. Nawet mnie nie widzieli prawie. Dobra. Na tego to sobie coś innego musimy odpalić. Jakiś przywódca? Oj, ten kurde atak. Bardzo lubię. Czyściutko?
You have to finish it.
Proszę wychodzić. O kurde, jeszcze? Konsula dojadą i tyle będzie.
I couldn't stop them. They've taken the wood block.
I'll tend to the consul. You go after the thieves.
Dobra, dobra. Tracisz cel z oczu. Dopiero się zaczęła misja, ale już tracę. No i co? Oni tu na łodzi? Hopie! Macie moim wynalazkiem dojadę. Dobra, super. O, szybki jest jak błysk, nie? Nie mogę nawet gwizdka użyć. Patrzcie dziada. O, tu się spotykamy. Enough. Ładnie. Dobra, na niego bym musiał mieć lepszą postawę, ale... O, przyszedł mi w sukurs. Dobra, ja się biję z tym, no to chodź. Piekło. Ale ci się upiekło. A, to jest ten potrójny, mega. Let's go. Dobra, zginął. O, ten ma mieczyk dwuręczny. Proszę bardzo. Dobranoc.
I had to come see for myself. Splendid work, the both of you.
All right, you're coming with me to the commissioner's office. But first, tell me one thing. Why were you so anxious to get your hands on these woodblock?
Hokusai's bold compositions are said to capture the true essence of the ukiyo-e art form. Surely, there are collectors who'd pay anything to own one.
I can see that you are not some simple outlaw. Tell me, have you ever worked as a merchant before?
I have. It was my former occupation, but I've since fallen on hard times, as you no doubt can see. Now, I have neither status nor money. Therefore, it was my intention to steal the print and gain a second lease on life.
Mega opcja.
I can understand the desire to covet that which all the world deems a masterpiece. But I'm afraid that thievery will get you nowhere. Now that Japan has opened its doors to the world, we can expect there to be many changes in the way we do business here. International trade will serve as an opportunity to greatly enrich our nation. But to make the best of it, we'll need the support of merchants like yourself. As a vassal of the shogunate, I vow to remake Japanese commerce for a new age. And I hope you'll contribute too. By honest means, of course.
I'll consider it. But you better not be paying me mere lip service.
That's the end of that business, I suppose. Here, a bit more than I promised. May it help you find your samurai friend.
To ona mnie znajdzie. Odzyskaj klocek. O, garnitur konsula pierwszej klasy. Piękna sprawa. Mamy książeczkę, fajnie. Co tam jeszcze? Jakaś nowa postawa bojowa. To teraz, czy mamy tu jeszcze questa, czy najlepiej tą rzecz oddać jako prezent teraz? A, czyli musimy jeszcze to ogarnąć. To spróbuję tam odczekać. I może się ta misja uruchomi. Bo jeszcze jeden podarek jeszcze mam, nie? No to dobra, spróbujemy. Mam coś dla ciebie. Cisowe koboku.
This is really lovely.
I jak tam? O, więzi.
Oh. Oh.
Dobra. Papuszki, nie rozłączki. Elegancko, mamy zadanie.
Hello. I apologize for the endless stream of requests, but I'm afraid I have another favor to ask. Remember when I told you about quinine? I've been pouring through medical texts since then, and have all but confirmed that quinine will help to ease our cholera patient's suffering. It won't prevent cholera itself, unfortunately. But easing the patient's pain is something at least. And so I find myself in need of more quinine. I've looked around, but haven't had any luck.
Może od kogoś pożyczę i go zabiję? O!
You're right. That would certainly guarantee our supply. But while we wait for the trees to grow, our patients will continue to suffer. Time is of the essence, I'm afraid. That's where the favor comes in. I've heard rumors of a merchant selling cinchona bark by the river near Mifunakura. It sounds a little bit fishy, to be honest. But we have to take a chance. Would you be willing to look for the merchant for me?
Pewnie, pewnie.
Thank you. Again. I'm counting on you.
Kurde, tu już mamy tak te względy rozwinięte. Korę chinowca, no to kto to będzie? Ktoś znajomy, nie? Ale zobaczmy te więzi, bo tu już się robi niepokojąco. Niepokojąco się robi. Inne to gdzieś tutaj będzie, tak? A, tak wysoko już. Poziom 3. A, względy, no, jeszcze spoko. Do przeżycia. A ten w ogóle na maksa, nie? Rozwinięty majster. Dobra, idziemy po tego chinowca. O! Ej, patrzcie! No nie wierzę. Niezły handlarz.
Of all the places to run into each other.
Nie no. Nie mów, że kupujesz tu leki.
Quite the contrary. I am looking for a seedy apothecary. Someone here has been selling medicines of questionable quality lately. Let me guess. You're looking for the same person. I hear you've been frequenting the medical school lately. Something to do with that, I suppose? I see. In that case, shall we combine our efforts and start searching then? There are a lot of no-good types in search of trouble around here. I'd feel a lot better if you were with me.
Nie ma problemu, panie. Znamy się już tyle lat.
I appreciate your company. Off we go. Strike while the iron is hot and all that.
Inne takie. Dobra, no to on jest w sprawę zamieszany od początku. O!
From here, I think it would be best to swim. A little extra exertion to avoid unnecessary commotion.
Co ty mówisz w ogóle? Normalnie będziemy tutaj ubijać chłopów i tyle. Nie, ale patrzcie, jak tu jest dużo ekipy, nie? Aha, bo tu mam się dostać. A to mogę sobie otworzyć? A, mogę. W pobliżu są wrogowie. A co mnie to interesuje?
What's brought you to all the way to a place like this? You must be in the market for a certain something.
We're looking for some cinchona bark.
You're a lucky man. I just got my hands on some top quality bark this very morning. This is the good stuff, you know. Don't know if I'll ever see bark this fine again. Well, surely you're not going to pass up on this steal.
To co? W ryj dać mogę dać?
Of course. Look all you want.
Ah, I see. This is a fake. A good one, but the color and texture give it away.
Huh? Not buying then? Bah, your loss. This is no ordinary cinchona bark, see? Specially grown. Makes a much stronger medicine than the usual stuff.
Nie świruj. Ciekawe.
What? You're as crooked as I am. Oi, get in here!
No to doszło do jatki. Ale ładnie parowanie weszło. No i niepotrzebnie. Ale to chyba każda misja się tak kończy, co? Łoje. Łoje. Dobra, muszę z tym mocarzem zawalczyć. On już zginął? Fukuzawa go załatwił.
Takes care of that, I suppose. I'll turn this crook into the authorities. But that doesn't change the fact that the bark was fake. I'm sure your friends at the medical school will be disappointed. I'd like to drop by the medical school myself later. If you're headed back that way, make sure to tell everyone what we learned here today.
No i co teraz, jak nie mamy tego Chinowca? To będziemy musieli Japońca zdobyć.
Well, did you get the cinchona bark?
I suppose that would have been too good to be true. Well, I can't say I'm all that surprised.
Thank you. But I'm fine. I didn't have very high hopes in the first place. Frankly, this has made me reconsider a few things.
Ah, everyone's here. All went smoothly turning in that crooked apothecary. Listen, if you're in great need of quinine, I can talk to someone in charge. If they hear how badly things stand, I'm sure they'd lend you some funds.
Thank you. But there are better uses for that money than acquiring quinine. We should use it to improve the upkeep of the medical school and the town. During the course of my research, I found that the spread of cholera can be prevented if we just keep our environment clean. For now, I think that should be our highest priority, even as we keep searching for a cure.
I see. While in America, I heard a theory that disease is actually caused by minuscule organisms that thrive in unclean environments. So perhaps the best strategy would be to keep them from proliferating. I'll inform the higher-ups of your proposal at once. Please excuse me.
Better to treat the cause than the symptoms, you say? Never thought I'd hear that coming from you, of all people.
Stop being so contrary, Faza. Just say it nicely, like you've really matured, Ine. I'm so proud of you.
Well, if anyone's helped me earn Dr. Narasaki's esteem, it's this person right here. You've been of such great assistance to me. I must thank you again.
Tato się zabujała w niemowie. O kurde.
Well, I suppose you've more than earned it. I'll be ready for you, no matter what you ask.
O kurde. Nie no, to są niezłe jaja. Dobra, ale to nie zmienia faktu, że jeszcze... O, względy. Względy mamy. Że jeszcze nie mamy tego lekarstwa, ale oni tu dosłownie odkrywają Amerykę. Tu jest jakaś więź z obszarem, no to na razie nic, nie? Na razie tutaj lecimy z koksem. Dobra, tu się musimy zobaczyć. Akademii. Kolejny odcinek znajdziesz na środku ekranu. Do zobaczenia.